So like, I agree that men are trash because men as a collective are trash. So the system that we men built is what we benefit
We
from
men
now.
built. I just born.
Yes, I agree with you, but men as a
I
collective.
cannot keep taking the L's for the men of the past.
No, we just have to try and equalize the thing. But
So like what we're talking about before the pod start, because we're recording. Women, a lot of times, judge other women super harder than a man ever will. And it's
'Cause they're in
almost like they're
competition.
always in competition.
and that's what we
You
bred.
said that. We made that.
Yeah, we bred that into
I
them.
born 27 years ago.
I tell people,
I
tell
just
women,
observe in the system,
I
bro.
tell women all the while that all the hair and the makeup and the nails
You're doing that for other
is
women.
for other women. And yes, I appreciate when a woman put herself together. and
Damn
look
straight.
nice. Every man appreciates that. However, the average man, all you need is the two P's.
Pulse.
Pussy and a pulse.
I mean, I'd
Good to get so.
for the average man, that's true.
For the average man.
For the average man, that's true. But like literally, you see me? A lot of
it's
the
front. Them don't if I consider it a woman. It's just front.
a lot of men pray that. But the lashes and the nails and the super duper war paint that I call makeup and everything there are overs, and I appreciate when it's done properly. But you're not doing that for men. And I know a lot of women will say, no, I'm doing that for myself. No, I'm doing that in competition. And you don't walk out the road and buck up into Sally. And Sally see you look pop down.
Yes.
And then bombard Sally go said,
Yes.
I've heard this exact train of thought too many times for it to be coincidence.
Exactly. Them don't want to go to the road and a woman say that. Them don't want just run out of the house. Like just pop down the road and a woman say them and like go talk back to the friend and say, yo, I say blah blah the other day and
she look pop down. Yeah, that what I always say, Miss Ines is most terrified of God and them.
Them
is always them.
Them do a whole heap of things. Them
Always.
is wicked and set a wicked.
Hold on, let me open the show. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BAMCast. BAMCast, as always, is the home of the anti-PC. Shout out to Boomjar Physics for the intro song you're hearing. Prismatic Verse for the graphics, because we're actually filming this episode. And for those of you watching this one, next, we've invaded the set. We recorded last night, and I've been watching How to Get Away. I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder since then.
Wait, as a matter of fact, no. Don't big up Nets chat because Nets tweeted today that she do like brown man. So, burn you Nets. She said she's okay with Bob, but guess what? I'm sticking up for my other browns.
It's okay. A lot of times it's the darker guys that get the hate, so I'm gonna take that dog. Bun the brownie them. Anyway, thank you for listening to the pod, guys. Merch coming, California Apparel, promo code BAM20. If you want to know anything about Straw House JA, link up at Brandon Cohen on Insta. And as you guys heard, the cold open, we're just chatting.
Cold.
Yeah, we're just chatting, we're just messaging. And that's pretty much what this pod's gonna be. That's per usual. But I actually have a couple topics I want to touch on. First and foremost, let's just get it out of the way. We had a general election recently. And the map looked like it was the forestry.
There was a resounding victory.
It was a resounding victory for one party. For one party. The JLP, well done. Well done. Man, them absolutely destroyed the other side. And within 2 hours of that being announced, the pre started of, oh my God, what happened to democracy? You can't have an overwhelming one house in power. What happened to the opposition? And I was listening to it. My mother started saying stuff like that too. But they didn't even let it breathe. They didn't even let it breathe.
You said next day or 2 hours.
2 hours.
Literally, as the results came out, man, so I was like, yo, I hate that we're done for police state. I was like, number one, the losing party supports the Zosos that everybody hates so much. They could not be enacted without their support. So, yeah. Number two, the PNP has had their own majorities and super majorities.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody talk about the
incoming police state?
The fall of democracy?
The fear and propaganda.
And how can you say that the people's choice, their vote is equivalent to democracy failing? Because them never vote how you want them to vote, that mean democracy fail?
Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite though. Democracy means I can choose whoever the fuck I want to choose.
No. Democracy means agree with my party. Everything has to have some kind of orange or green agenda. Why?
And even that,
why you can't just criticize
I
the
watched
government?
a video on YouTube years ago by a brother named CGP Gray. y'all should look him up. I have a bunch of informational shit. If you're not a nerd like me, you won't find it interesting. But if you love interesting shit, hit up his page. But it's fantastic. He was talking about like how the first past the post, how voting systems are fucked up. So the two-party system and first past the post voting. So first past the post voting means once you get
Having some trouble there?
I just wanted to enunciate.
Okay.
First
Past the post
voting. Yes. The issue with that, once you get 51% of the vote, you win everything.
So it's first. Yeah, I know that though.
Right. So in Jamaica, we have 63 seats. So if you win 33, you're the government. Boom.
The first.
60.
The first
half a
two is not
62
third.
or 31. So if you win
31.
32 seats.
Yeah.
If you win 32 seats.
First past 31 win. Yeah.
So if you win 32 seats, you are the government. Even if the other party have 31 seats.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you say go. So if you and the other party have completely divergent views and half of the country voted for the other party, half of the country will not have their views represented by the government.
Mm-hmm.
So first past the post right there, so big loser. The counter to that, the workaround, other countries have a thing. I think New Zealand does it, and I think the Netherlands, not that I rate the Dutch at any point. Representational, direct representational voting. I don't remember what it's called exactly, but basically the percentage of votes goes to the percentage of representation in the House. So if you get 20% of the national vote, you get 20% of the seats in the House.
That sounds like it makes sense.
It does make sense because you get an actual representation of the people's voting and what they want.
Uh-huh.
That only makes sense if you have more than two parties. Okay, if you only have two parties.
What are you talking about? There was a quote unquote independent person ran and got all of 74 votes, bro. What you talking about?
Anyway, big up Ras Asta Black, who has been running independent every year as from I can remember elections. Big up that dog.
Purposely did not call that other dog's name because him
need to get stoned.
Yeah.
But yeah, man call for magisterial recount, you know. Yeah. Let me if you carry him out in the square and beat him, you know. Something there. So the first past the post creates a two-party system because now if you have three parties and two of them have majority support of the population, the third party either keeps losing so much eventually they dissolve, or the people who would vote for the third party realize that their party would not win and they wouldn't get any representation. So they just go with the winning party, or them don't bother. Them go with what I call the PIP, the party in power. Whole heap of people support the PIP. Whoever is in power, that is in power
for them party. Enough people support, and I don't understand it. Enough people and I have a bunch of video evidence. Literally are only. I got receipts, bro. They're literally only supporting a party because them grandmother did support the party and them father then did support the party. So them are gonna support the party. Ask them one policy about any of these parties. No idea. I just know I'm born come see orange and make a dead left see orange.
Alright, but that's the thing now.
Or green, not picking a side.
I realized years ago that Jamaicans, or not, I shouldn't say Jamaicans in particular, politics, how people choose politics.
It's like tribes.
Is how them choose religion. It's not logical. It's emotional. There's no thought behind. You never go through pros and cons. This is why I'm going to do this. This just appeal to you on an emotional level. This is what I feel is right. That may I go with. That's why politics and religions are not conversations you have with strangers.
Also, a really big part of politics and religion both is indoctrination. Like I said,
and blind faith.
Come see it.
Right, but all right. Now in Jamaica, now specifically here, our politics is leader-centric.
Man, them still a move like a manly and say I go in a power dog.
But wait, no, we don't consider individual politicians running in individual seats or their individual policies. We consider the leaders of the parties, and if we want that person to represent us.
As if the leader of the party is the leader for all constituencies.
Right,
and have individual
also
ministers.
The leader of the party does not have to be the prime minister. Just so you know, fun fact, Donald Sangster was not leader of the JLP when he was prime minister. That's one I can remember off top. There was another one. But anyway. So yeah, in Jamaica, we don't, and the thing, as I said, it's like religion. You never decide to be a Christian. Your parents were Christian, their parents were Christian, their parents were Christian. Same thing. That's how it goes. And because we don't look at things like political policy as growing up, we're not going to challenge the politics that was taught to us or what we grew up in, because
I agree.
as you say, a bond comes
in, I'm like a dead come left it.
That's it.
That's literally how the people them preach, dog. My bond comes to this, I'm like a
and you
dead
can
left
ask
it.
a lot of and that's the thing with politics on a whole. The dumber you keep the voting base, the easier it is to get the votes, because you'll ask a lot of people in these so-called garrison areas, these communities that don't change political hands. What has your MP done for you?
Give you $5,000 for go vote.
This is me.
And a box of chicken.
I'm not going to ease up on any politician because I hate all of them equally. Andrew Holness, who's the Prime Minister, his constituency is West Kingston, I believe, involved in Tivoli Gardens. You see nothing really going down there. So you say no upliftment, the man is the Prime Minister.
The most powerful
the issue, when you know your vote is secure, you're not going to do no work in the constituency.
If you know you're going to get the passing grade, you're not doing the work.
Right. If you know you get a C for showing up to class, all you need is a C to pass.
You're not doing any work.
All you doing is showing up.
Yes, that's not for everybody, but generally, dog, politicians are people in power and people who I never in my life have I thought, you know, so I want to be the leader of a political party. I genuinely believe people who are career politicians sick. Genuinely believe
that they're megalomaniacs.
Yeah, some form of narcissism or power or get off on power. Or I think career politicians are sick, not people who the community might elected to be the community leader or whatever. Fine.
Like an alderman or career people who actually work on the ground with the community.
Fine. Career politicians. Yeah. Sick. Something wrong with them. I personally believe that, and I wholeheartedly believe that. And them people there, once them have it locked, there is no reason for me to change anything. Because hold on, pretty soon about if I improve, say your community don't have X, and I give you X. You're going to realize that if you need it, I can then give you. And therefore, I will have to keep helping the community. So them just don't do nothing. And people just get used to the cages that they've been living in. And that's how nothing changes.
There's something there. I heard a story of an MP who won back his seat, but apparently in the previous election, what he did was take the street lights from the opposing party's sector and move them over to his supporters' part for the election. Once they got the election, he got the election results,
move the physical street
lights, took them off those light posts in Fidem district and put them in Fim supporters district. Got the votes and then put them back. So politics is a game, and if you look at the bastion of most political
that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
The garrison communities are generally the poorest and the least developed. Because, as I said, the dumber you keep the voting base, the easier it is to manipulate them and get them vote. And that is the point of politics.
And you see when life hard and you're hungry, pandemic are gone, and $5,000 man them give you $5,000 a chicken box and a shirt and said, just go put your finger up on the paper here.
Cool.
Them going to do it.
It was on the news. There was a 80-year-old woman.
She did not even know. It was election time. She never know who. She never know where she was. She never know who doing the election.
She just know
the people them take her out her house, put on her green shirt, tell her which one to put it on.
That's fucked up.
That make
But yes, as I was saying, so first past the post leads to the two-party thing, and then when you have the two-party thing with first past the post, there's you don't get direct correlation in the representation of what the people want and what the government puts forward. And therefore, society is always going to be the haves and the have-nots. Plain and simple. There's the representation is what government is for. Government is supposed to be one person who represents a group of people. That one person is supposed to speak for that larger group. So if they're not doing that, then they're literally not doing their job. The Prime Minister in his swearing in said that no princes and princesses were elected. They're public servants. And I think a lot of politicians keep forgetting that is them job description.
Servant, not princes,
to serve
not
the
kings,
public.
not queens, but God can't tell them that. But I don't want to continue on this particular point anymore because we both agree. So we're just going to keep echoing each other. So, let's move from government that was elected to just how the public's been reacting to a lot of stuff. So we're in the middle of this pandemic shit that COVID been going on. COVID numbers been being released. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There was outrage from a few people about where the information was being released from and the timeliness of the information being released. It was then changed and standardized. And there's now a whole other set of people who have a problem with the new set way of disseminating the information. I got annoyed this morning reading it because I was like, Jono dog, you can't please anybody. But I'm actually upset at myself for getting annoyed because I should remember that fact. In 27 years of my life, I have never seen anything done that a Jamaican go, yeah, dog, there's always a problem. Always a problem, brother. And people will complain about non-issues that they end up creating an issue.
Which is exactly what happened now.
Exactly what happened now.
But I mean, to be fair, only about 3% of the Jamaican populace has Twitter.
No, they don't only release there; they release on all social platforms.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But you know me, foil hat.
Yeah.
The government is using this opportunity to reduce the spread of the information, make it harder for you to get information, so less people see the numbers, so there's less panic.
I'm not saying I believe that, but I'm not saying I don't disagree with that. I mean, it would be a smart move to make.
Nothing stopped them from just adding the link to the website to the bottom of Tufton's tweets.
Yeah.
That would have solved everybody's problem because it would have still been there on the website.
It would have been there on the website. Would have
still been there on Twitter.
There. The people who don't like that, it's there. Boom, no, it's there. The people that just want to read the numbers, boom, there. But no, you don't know.
You have to go dig for the information.
And then
it's not,
hold on. It's not even just digging for the information.
Grab the mic, dog. Wait, no?
Fine.
When the government
he's serious,
say
guys. Listen up.
Couple of people dead and them under investigation. If you have any sense, you know that all the government is saying is, yo, them dead from COVID, but we're going to tell you tomorrow or the day after that. So them not add to it. Today, no. So the government needs to stop them fucker them. We don't know what the people them dead from.
I personally love when they say like X amount of males, X amount of females, X people, gender under investigation. Just ask. Just what kind of investigation you need? Yo, my G, what identifiers? What investigation needed?
This is Jamaica. They wouldn't ask that. Man or woman?
Even that. It's a simple question. What is this investigation? You are skewing the numbers to push up to another day just to like I think not make it look
the numbers.
And the numbers are consistently triple digits now, and there are multiple deaths a day.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the fun part of COVID apparently, and if you ask Bob, this is still the first wave.
It is. We're in summer.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying you say it's the first wave.
What month is it? September. Summer just
Minerva was saying earlier not earlier today, but I think it was last week. We were having a conversation in the kitchen. The numbers in New Zealand and Australia went up because now they're coming out of their winter. So like they're looking at that to model what will happen going forward. And then there was a news release on CNN today. You know, you walk in the kitchen, father watching CNN, whatever. I get most of my news from Reddit. That's where I prefer to go get stuff, and then I look around online. The projected numbers for deaths from COVID-19 in New York between now and the end of December is estimated at 100,000 a week. What do you mean?
There's 10 million people in New York.
What do you mean 100 grand a week, dog? Estimated like, yo, you wanna just get ready.
Trump's America.
Bro, them you get drop out.
I saw somebody on my WhatsApp
or little ass island
talking about somebody in New York. Them know who dead. They didn't say it was from COVID, but I'm assuming because that's what everybody in New York is dying from at the moment.
I like to use a bigger country to like model what I think will end up happening here. Blah blah blah. Burgard, up to this day, when we're recording now on Sunday, I went on the road earlier to go cop some rum. Go to the shop. I pull over. The shop is full. I was the only dog with a mask. I didn't go into the shop. I did just turn around and go to the Chinaman shop next door. There were like 2 people in there, and all of them was gloved up and thing. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll buy it from here. The other shop that I normally go to, full, shoulder to shoulder, shouting, talking, rain outside a fall. Nobody don't have on a mask. No one is taking any of this seriously. And whether or not it's real or whatever, and conspiracies are there, whatever, the fact that the point is, people are dead from it.
I'll tell you something though. It's a lost cause.
Yeah, because people not gonna care.
No, that's not why. the science proves it's a lost cause. This virus
How so?
is
It's already gotten away from us.
This virus was designed
Head of
so
Pfizer.
well.
Head of Pfizer announced that by end of October they'll know if they have an effective.
I don't want it.
I don't want it either. I said zombie season.
Anyway, the virus was designed so well, right? There was a study that came out and said that it can exist in the respiratory tract of children and infants for up to weeks after first exposure. I remember them more than likely not gonna get sick from it.
Yeah, it's older people
But
usually
they
get sick.
have it for weeks, spreading. It done right there, so because there's no mass protocol for children.
I saw a comedy conspiracy.
And the people them still want open school in a physical setting. Like
I don't know, but that was the comedy conspiracy, right? It was like, yo, listen, too many niggas in the country. So here we're going to do. Open schools. The little ones won't die, but they'll carry it home.
and kill the old
And
ones.
we'll get rid of the older
Which is
ones.
exactly what this is doing.
Like, if you open school, that's exactly what will happen. You know how much, especially in Jamaica, you know how much people in Jamaica live with their grandparents? You grew up with your grandparents.
Exactly.
I
I didn't see them for weeks.
I spent many a day after school. My parents pick me up, drop it off to your grandparents' house, and you just dead it till them come home from work at night time. And enough people live and grow with them granny and them grandpa. Those are the ones at risk. You going open school, them going get
I'm
fucked.
telling you, from the early days, literally from COVID bust on this side of the world, I was saying it. Martin can attest for my main conspiracy.
I think we have it recorded.
Is to balance the population in Asia.
In
Asia
Asia.
have a very that's where it started. Asia have a very top heavy population. There's a lot of old people, very little middle-aged people, and a whole heap of young people as well. So them need to get rid of the old people to one, free up jobs, this wealth going redistribute, and then they're going to force the middle-aged people to populate more.
Gonna get that
And you get
fucking-
more young, you balance out the pyramid as time goes.
Except then China fucked themselves with that whole one-child policy, and people were like, no, we want
Which is-
boys. And now in China, you have 4 males to 1 female. So like, it's a whole issue over there.
Yeah.
Now they're encouraging people like, no dog, rabbits
Breed,
out.
yeah.
Breed. We need help.
Yeah.
Help
That's
us, nigga.
That's why a lot of them come to Jamaica. You know.
Really?
But don't just any actual Chinese families you know out here from China, them not have like 7 pitney.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't treat as that though. I just thought it was like, you know.
Them can't do it at home. There
Man,
you
them
go.
come here come boss way.
Right.
Yo, big up Lin Su. I went to high school with my bro Lin Su. He was the Chinese dude in my class. I had a really fun friend group. It was me, Jeffrey, so the black guy, the Indian guy, the Chinese,
Black man, white man, and Chinese man.
the Chinese guy, and the white man was Rodriguez. He was from Cuba.
Black man, white man, and Chinese
Black man, white man, Chinese man. What over there,
And
part?
Pole man.
Anything you needed, bro, Lin Su got you. Anything you needed, that guy, Lin Su, I need this. I'll go check. Come back tomorrow, man. Tell you time and price when you want it. Best brethren ever. Big you up wherever you did that.
So yeah, but this virus, whatever, killing people, wanna know it living in the kids gonna go home and spread it. People not taking it serious, so it's just gonna keep spreading. Here in Jamaica we have 10 ICU beds. Y'all need to really understand that. Ventilators are one thing.
In the whole island?
In the country of Jamaica, there are 10 ICU beds.
Holy shit.
I think 6 of them are at UE.
Holy fucking
And
shit.
the others are distributed one at the other
Wow.
major hospitals around
That's
the country.
insane.
You can ask your mother. She
I
can
can.
tell you.
You see, I've never been in the ICU. I've been in the ER a bunch.
My mother.
I've never made it to the
My
ICU.
mother
Thank
had
God.
the aneurysm last year. And
Yeah.
she had to wait a week.
Hey, that was scary, you know, bro.
She had to wait a week in the hotel room for an ICU bed to free up.
Is that why she was there so
wasn't-
long?
And she wasn't the only one waiting.
Yeah.
There were
I did-
other people with aneurysms
I
that
didn't
were
know.
bleeding that had to wait.
I didn't know that's why she was waiting so long, and I thought it was just like watching her.
Bro, no.
That shit was terrifying still, bro.
ICU. It's
That shit was
crazy.
terrifying for me and his auntie. I can't imagine how it did feel. I was just there like feeding Bob.
On the other
Like,
side.
yo, dog, you want food?
On the other side.
You want a beer? Here's a spliff. I just kept Bob inebriated.
So, So we as a country can't live. We have the ventilators now.
Bro,
They're
we as
saying
a-
that we don't have the people, the staff to operate the ventilators.
Bro, we
They're
as a
training.
We as a country
random
can't
people in the
handle
hospital
rain.
to do it.
We as a country cannot handle rainfall hard.
You're a
for-
archaeologist. I meant to
Rainfall
ask you.
hard for 2 hours yesterday, and town absolutely flooded.
As a archaeologist, I saw somebody tweet that Kingston was built. Kingston is a river delta. Is true?
It is. All of Havendale is one big river, was one big riverbed. That's why you ever drive through Havendale and pray all the trees are really big and green, regardless of whether we're having rain or not.
Mm-hmm.
Fertile fucking soil. That's why Grandpa have the avocado tree, the mango tree. That is riverbed soil.
So where's the river in that was there?
That was there. Constant Spring. It ran through the whole plain. It was a big river. It was a big river delta bed. The whole of Kingston. Well, not the whole of Kingston. Most of Kingston, especially the flat parts, was
Was just one big delta?
One
From
big
which
delta.
river?
I'm going to have to pull up the chart because I'm going to tell you the wrong name, but remind me when we're done because I have the map.
Hope River goes to St. Thomas. No?
I have the map I can show you, but it was one big riverbed. That's why
And Constant Spring,
Have-
Constant Spring, not just the little something, the little
No,
trickle up
now.
Narbrook.
now, and also it used to be a lot flatter. We used to get a lot more rain. We didn't
This is
have
how long ago was this, by the way? Like slavery times or prehistory times?
pre-history times, dog.
Okay,
For
okay.
formation of the country.
Okay.
No, ge-
All right, bro. I'm like
Geological
I'm trying to
dates.
look in my head.
No, this
I'm
is
like,
before
how
this.
can I see what he's talking about? I'm like, none of this is there.
No, this is before people settled. This is like
Okay.
during formation times. You remember Jamaica did farm and Cuba and thing. The shelf ran into the American shelf and then reversed and pulled off a lot of the
limestone.
crust, not the land, the topography, the crust, a lot of the shelf from that, and then shift back down. All of that are going while all of this was going on. So it's a long
So
time
was
ago.
Florida, is Jamaica a part of Florida or Florida?
The top edge of Cuba, like the literal top arc of Cuba,
It fit into the panhandle
it fit not into the panhandle. If you look at
on the other side.
no, don't look at a normal map. You're thinking a normal map of the shape of the island.
Mm.
Look at a map where like you get the shelves. The shelves connect, and it's the same land, like the rocks, same date rocks, same time of formation, same type of rocks.
So Cuba, what Jamaica is? Are we?
Jamaica was involved. Jamaica, Cuba, Puerto Rico, all of the Great Antilles was formed during that.
That's one, but that's the Caribbean plate.
No, not that's
No,
the top
that's
part
huge.
of the Caribbean plate.
Yeah.
Remember the Caribbean plate, the islands that are
This
here.
was a long time ago. I'm assuming before the Caribbean plate even solidified into the Caribbean plate.
Remember the Caribbean plate didn't even occur, like it didn't even form where it is now. It formed on the other side of South America. Yeah.
Gondwana land times.
No, a little after that. It formed on the other side over here, moved over. The crashing occurred, got landlocked, then hotspots occurred.
In Central America.
In Central America and the Lesser Antilles. That's why the Lesser Antilles Islands are volcanic, but the Greater Antilles Islands are not
And that locked the Caribbean plate
in place. This was like
archaeology.
this was a long process. I did learn it in final year. It did blow my mind.
That's amazing, dog.
Yeah.
No, cause like I've been all earthquakes we've been having. That's another thing that's been happening recently. We had like 2 earthquakes consecutive days.
Mm-hmm.
And I tweeted that, I will take these little 4s and 5s every day
Over
to
a big
avoid
one.
1-9.
Anytime.
Anytime.
There's a category of description of like when you know like in the books when you're writing down, okay, tree shake or this, there is a category of description
Fubar.
called
Fucked up beyond all repair.
dog. It's called land waves. You know how hard the world
The
a
earth
shake
itself.
that when you look out a road, the land a comes up. Everything in that way
Ja.
gets shelling, dog.
Ja.
Land waves, nah. like a Superman dive, nah, my youth.
That's like it's like I was reading about the Port Royal earthquake, the liquefaction. That shit terrifying, bad man.
Shook 'em.
2 seconds, you go from standing on solid earth to nothing, bad man.
Mhm.
That's crazy, dog. It's like the earth.
Person.
If y'all don't know what liquefaction is, Port Royal is sand. The sand was compacted. When the earth starts shaking, it loosened the sand, and the water that's on either side ran into the spaces. And so now you have wet sand, so everything just went. And so, I remember looking at the map of what was
It
there
occurred in 30 seconds.
and what is there. Bad man.
The earth,
I will leave a land that way,
the earth got swallowed in 30 seconds.
That one
30
man got
seconds.
swallowed and spit back out.
Yeah, good him
Can you
lucky.
imagine the grease in his brief?
I'd believe in God after that, tell you that. I believe in all the gods.
Satan.
I believe in all
The
devil may want you.
No one say, yo,
The
nah,
devil
bad
may
man.
want you.
Not you. I'm popping back out.
Since we're on some geology shit, you know, it's one of the coolest not earthquakes, but earth events in the world. You can get a fissure underground. This happens a lot underwater. Sorry, where you know when you think of a volcano, you think of a cone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes land just move go so, and land move go so. You know, and
that's called a.
I don't remember what it's called.
It's when they come together. It's
when
you subduct.
Yeah, no, this is adduction.
Adduction.
Yeah, this is adduction. So sometimes the land will just literally go like so. Is the land go like
Kenya?
Hold on now. You see, longest volcanic eruption in the history of Earth.
Longest?
Yeah, longest volcanic eruption. Guess how long it was?
You're so loud.
Sorry. Guess how long the longest volcanic eruption was? I give you a ballpark figure because I don't remember the exact number in my head. But I do remember
it. Must be something crazy because it's in this but a regular eruption. A year?
It's a couple thousand years.
Fuck you, sir.
Couple thousand years underwater of just magma just doing this. Roof. That's what led to the Great Dying. That's what started the whole chain of events of the Great Dying. That's what heated up the ocean enough that the meth caps melted and then it poisoned everything.
The ice caps, not the meth caps.
The ice was made of methane
on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, methane. There you go. Methane.
Fun fact: that's a theory for what causes ships to sink in the Bermuda Triangle.
I know nothing about the Bermuda Triangle. Rod me some theories of that. I just know the alien theory.
There was a ship called Cyclops. It was a ore ship. It was carrying some ore from Brazil going to America.
Carrying an ore.
Anyway, I think they studied it and they're saying that what may have happened, some methane trapped under the seabed got released during a fissure.
Mm-hmm.
One big bubble came up
and poisoned.
Right? No. One big bubble came up under the ship and popped. When it popped, there was no more water under the ship.
Oh, displacement.
So the ship lost all of that and just went and sank.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
The grease in my brief, if that would have happened to me, bad man. I'm just sailing along. There's this big pop. The earth, the water around me disappears and I just fall into a zoosh.
Dog. Nah, man. Aliens, what are you talking about? Aliens live in that little triangle. Just that triangle. The same ones that come from...
they're called Bermudans.
No. Did we ever figure out what the Loch Ness Monster was? Because I remember the Bermuda Triangle from History Channel, and it was that same show.
A plesiosaur.
A dinosaur?
Yeah.
Or is it just somebody like faking a picture?
No, the picture of Nessie is a fake.
Is Bigfoot real?
Could be. I like cryptids, you know.
Cryptids?
Cryptids.
What's that?
That's what they're called. Creatures like Bigfoot and Chupacabra and them thing there.
Hey, bro, God, if the Chupacabra was real, we'd have killed it by
the abominable snowman.
Isn't that just like, the Yeti?
Same thing.
Yeah. If the Chupacabra was real, we'd have gotten rid of that shit by now.
Mythical creatures, cryptids. Did you know that the national...
Where's my phone?
I don't know. Actually, the national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Their national... Our national animal is the swallowtail hummingbird.
Yeah.
Their national animal is the unicorn.
Are you fucking with me?
No. Of Scotland. Amazing. and unicorns are in the Bible if you follow that stuff. They're described as having red heads, white bodies,
no souls.
So, no.
Alright, yeah, this is actually something I didn't want to talk about on the pod. So I'm so happy we stumbled onto this. Urban legends in the Caribbean.
River Mama.
Let's start with in the Bahamas. I apologize for any of my Caribbean people if I fuck up the pronunciation. I'm Jamaican and I can pronounce it as such.
In my dialect.
Lusaka is a half shark, half octopus. Lucasa lurks around in the underwater. So there you go. So half shark, half octopus. It lurks around underwater in caves and tunnels and blue holes.
Mm-hmm.
So does it like shell people or?
I assume.
Yeah, if make it into the folklore, I'd assume too. That was from the Bahamas. Jamaica, we have Duppy.
Dog, every story like that is just parents scaring them kids to behave.
Yeah, and it passed on.
That's all it is.
In Dopey, in Jamaica, sorry, we have Dopey, that's a malevolent spirit, also known as Jumbies all over the Caribbean. Did not know that. Bob?
La Diablesse.
There you go.
That's a female devil, I guess.
You want to read it?
I'll read it.
Sure. Go ahead. You have to read it all loud though.
La Diablesse.
From where?
Beautiful woman. There's no thing pointing.
Okay.
A beautiful woman who casts spell on her unsuspecting male victims, who she leads into the forest.
So like
when in the forest, she disappears and the man is confused, lost and scared. He runs around until he falls into a ravine or a river or gets eaten by wild dogs and dies. So that's a story about man who go into the forest and get lost and dead. And man, say, yeah, man, a woman and lead them astray.
With them wayward woman.
Right. Sukuyant.
Where that from?
Look like Trinidad. This is so bad.
The
graphics.
It's not a good graphic, but
Barbados have chupacabra.
Legit?
That's what them say, yes. No, Puerto Rico, which would make more sense.
Yeah.
They're Spanish.
Goat eating, right?
Reptile-like creature attacking and drinking the blood of livestock, including goats. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that from Mucha Lucha.
Dom Rep has La Ciguapa. Female.
Hold on. Lassie Guapa.
La Ciguapa.
I know. I'm trying to think of what it would be from, like the word. Well, you started with female and it guap, so I think in a wap. So let me just move on.
Well, guapa would be like beautiful or pretty, I guess.
So some kind of pretty evil woman, demon.
Female form with brown or dark blue skin. Backward facing feet and very long glossy hair. They lure men into the forest and kill them afterwards.
How the hell are you luring me into a forest when you have backward facing feet?
Maybe she got that ass.
Who is going in?
You don't look.
What are you talking about, Bob? You know how weird.
Guyana has the fire ras.
The fire ras.
Mm-hmm.
Fire demon ass.
An old woman by day that transform into a moving fireball at night. Or a sukuyant or fire ras. And they're both from Trinidad.
It's a shame they don't have rolling calf on that. How the story rolling calf go again? It was an abused calf.
I think it was a story. Not just a thing for keeping in the yard at night time.
Well, they don't just go there's rolling calf outside. They have to then tell you what rolling calf is.
I was never told what rolling calf do.
Oh no, rolling.
It's a cow with a chain.
There's a cow with a chain and red eyes and them thing there and they kill it master or something like that.
I don't know what it does to me.
I don't believe in duppy when I'm in town, but best believe so when I'm on the farm in country and there ain't no lights, I'm really cautious just in case.
Everybody brave till the lights go out.
Everybody brave until the lights go out in country. Cause when there's bush around you, it's different.
I have an overactive imagination when it comes to that shit, dog. I hear things that go bump in the night.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and look over across your room and there's a demon over there?
No.
You've never like your mind made up that there's something over in the corner?
Nope.
My mind does that sometimes, like a little bit random, just shadows bouncing off or something. And look over and just for a split second my brain will go, what the? Nigga, that's the dresser. Go back to sleep. Like that happened to me up to last week. I remember I woke up, I stretch and I look over and the shadow from my chest of drawers, like it looked like a dude on the wall. In my immediate thought was, nigga, what's a shadow? Go back to your bed.
No, I don't have that.
Yeah, I get that.
And then, my belief, I don't necessarily
I guess that would be a
in
part
dopey.
of me being like a real visual tripper kind of dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe in dopey because I've never experienced dopey.
I will tell you the story when Shamar thought a duppy did hold him down in his room and I lived in his room for 1 month trying to see the duppy and never saw it.
No, but that's pretty much the story.
Bro. Shamar kick in my door one morning and shook my shoulder. Fatty, wake up. Duppy in my room. Huh? Oh, see? Run go in the room. Nothing. Alright, which part of Duppy did they? Him say he was lying down and him try to get up. I assume sleep paralysis. Him try to get up and him couldn't move. And him say when him look over in the corner, there's a man. And every time he look at the man move back. And when him stop look at the man push him head back. So I say, oh, you know when you stop looking, move. Anyway, I just want to see Duppy using me down. So I moved the study bed into Shamar's room.
You should have washed your face with rice water.
Bro, and slept on the floor for a whole week. Today's the day. I don't see Duppy. I guess Duppy just don't like me. We did go Rose Hall. Because them say it was haunted, so I did go looking for Duppy. I didn't find none.
Apparently, the whole story about Rosa all fake. It's just a thing them used to sell like tourism things. You see
About her being
Wi-Fi not working.
about her being a horrific murderer.
And the Palmer. She never really kill all of them and then them thing. But I don't know. As I say, I don't believe in it because I don't experience it. However,
Wi-Fi good.
There have been so many stories about Dopey across the centuries from different cultures all over. There must be something to it. And we as humans, what our life force is electromagnetic energy.
Whoa.
Electrical impulses.
That's
literally what drives us?
Literally, all right. If you're going from
Literally what keeps us alive,
what makes the body
electrical
move.
impulses.
Electrical impulses.
So all these dopey shows on TV, ghost hunters and things, they say them go searching for residual.
What do you call it? The EMF thing.
Yeah, the electromagnetic fields.
Click.
So and then you have ancient Chinese teachings about chi and life force and them things there. So
I think
there is no one
life,
explanation, but something definitely in a something.
Yeah,
and until I experience it, I can't have a concrete definition.
I won't. Yeah, I agree. I think life is, them say in scientific, one of the scientific principles is energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just change from form to another. I genuinely don't think so. Like the flesh is all. Something else after there, in my opinion. But like Bob said, it's just a thought for now. Till I experience it, I won't know.
There was a guy who weighed the soul.
Yeah, I remember that. And it was like a time or death.
No, he weighed the patient just as the patient died.
Yeah.
And there was a tiny loss in weight.
And he was like, "That's the weight of the soul." I don't know about that.
I don't know if a soul real. Is my soul bigger than the soul in a mosquito?
No, because
how the vessel different?
All is one and one is all.
Right. So you ever seen that story on the internet of the egg?
Yeah, I love that story.
That we're all one being at different points of development.
And just we're all the same person. So you were Hitler and you were the millions he killed.
Mm-hmm.
You are the enemy that hurt you. You are the person that you yourself hurt. You are everything is everything.
You are everybody. Every person on earth is just one person.
I tell you when that shit makes so much sense to you. Mid-trip. Man, mid-trip, everything is everything. I am one and one is me. And I completely get that.
Well, ego death.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Our daily lives from little till we know, we have been instilled with a sense of I. Me.
You're special.
I don't know, I'm not even going to go that far, but just...
No, you're special.
I'm hungry.
There's only one you.
I'm cold. Mosquito might bite my foot. Me. So when you do get to experience that complete absence of... I am not there. I am just a part of the whole. You do really appreciate it because it really is like a one whole big working system, isn't it?
So well, that's all right. So me not believing in one supreme being that controls everything, right? I believe that in the chaos of the universe, because the universe, in my belief, just happens. There's no order to it. But due to the infinite possibilities of the infinite universe, and also I believe in a multiverse, the infinite universes that differ to this universe. Mm-hmm. That somehow in all of that chaos
there is order.
Order is found. Like you remember plotting a graph and them tell you to draw the line of best fit?
Mm-hmm.
There's chaos in those points. Those points are haphazard all over the place. But the line of best fit gives you order through the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I believe we happen. Because how wild animals who have no concept of time know when to move. If they're migratory,
you can't tell me shit.
Time.
I know my dogs tell time.
Your dogs know when it's time to eat.
I know my dogs tell time because 3:00 every single day on the dot, unless rain falling, them go sit down beside them bowl every day.
And they have no concept of time. Time is a purely human creation.
Mm-hmm.
Time don't exist to them, dog. Them just know sun up, sun down, moon up, moon down. And if them watch it long enough, them know, all right, the moon, we had a full moon this night. So in 30 days, we'll have a next one. And animals can track shit like that.
I believe that.
They can because they pay attention to it. We humans, we don't pay attention to it. So we created something to...
Especially animals with migratory patterns. Them have to.
Mm-hmm. And so I always say there's a lot of things we can't perceive as humans.
Our understanding is incredibly limited. About to say that, Bob. Like using your mantis shrimp
No, mantis shrimp, exactly. Mantis shrimp can see 24 times
more
as many colors as
than we can see. So you put the mantis shrimp in a room, the same room as me, and we're looking at the same
If we
wall.
look at a blue wall,
the same wall, it will see 24 times more color, detail, information, have a way and I will ever be able to see with my eyes. So what you Star Wars, your eyes will deceive you. Don't believe them. What you perceive is a very small
perception
very
is reality.
Small
that's what people say.
I know.
It's really true.
It's a very small part of the grand total. And some people get so zoned in and just into themselves and me. You really do become a horrible person.
I plan to run away. So I get the me thing.
I don't get the me thing at the expense of other people. You planning to run away to go live your life happily. Yeah. I don't understand the concept of me to the point where you'll abuse, circling. Right back to how we started this podcast, the career politician them. But that's like an example.
I saw when people was talking about Jeff Bezos and how much money he's making during the pandemic with Amazon. They were saying that I saw a tweet that said it's impossible to have billionaires without exploitation of workers. And it's true. Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. His wife became one of the richest people in the world. Well, his ex-wife, after they separated, just off of her fucking settlement alone, made her one of the richest people in the world. And Jeff Bezos is in him cushy yard making all this money, and Amazon workers are literally dying on the job. There's poor coronavirus protocols in place. Workers are coming out and saying them can't go bathroom, them walking 10 miles a shift. It's crazy.
I understand me.
Yeah,
I don't understand me to the detriment of other people. Right. I don't. I just don't get it.
If I have, it's something that blow my mind.
I wouldn't be able to sleep.
The difference between $1 billion and $1 million.
No, what blows my mind, Bob, is not the difference between $1 million and $1 billion. Difference between 1 million seconds and 1 billion seconds. That time gap is weeks and years. It's days and it's
and it's the same with money.
Insane.
It's the same with the money. If you have
I've never seen that amount of money, but I've experienced a year. So it blows my mind out.
$1 million. All right, look at Jamaica money don't worth anything, but $1 million in Jamaica can't even buy a vehicle.
No,
a brand new vehicle that is. All right, say you are buying a vehicle for $1 million. That $1 million buys you one car. The $1 billion buys you 100,000 of that car. That's the difference. And the top 5 richest people in the world, number 5 probably worth $60 billion. And no, that's not 60 billion liquid dollars or something in my fucking nose. That's not 60 billion liquid dollars him can get up and go spend. That's not how these things work. However, the fact that if he's worth $60 billion, more than likely he could find a liquid $1 billion to go spend.
Yeah.
And $1 billion is more money than anyone would ever need to spend on themselves.
I found the time conversion. 1 million seconds is 12 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. 1 trillion seconds is 31,000 years.
Oh, there are no trillionaires on
paper. On paper. Nigga, how many of these did you steal?
That's what's the second one.
That's definitely your favorite thing in this house.
Yeah.
Why don't you buy them?
Cause don't go price, man. That's where the Rona lives, dog. But so we the exploitation that capitalism brings about. I tell you, dog, es problema. Es la capitalismo. Or SL capitalismo, whatever. That's the issue.
I get it.
Literally, capitalism is built on exploitation. Literally.
And I am anti-exploitation.
Whether it's the exploitation of resources for your benefit, your profit. Whether those resources is ores in the earth or ores on the street.
You know what blows my mind a lot of times? Like, just when I think about it. You'll have people who go work every day and hate them job. and hate the fact that they're not making the amount of money they want to make, and hate the conditions that they're working in, and literally hate everything about having to go to this soul crushing job. And
put down your collar.
Hold on,
put yourself down. Let go your collar.
No, I love doing podcasts and shit. Fucking me.
No, your previous job.
Oh no. I didn't last 3 months in that. It's okay, but like you'll have people who like will be going through all of that, right? And knowing what it's like to be a grunt, but still thinking of themselves like one day I'll be king. You're not gonna be a billionaire. You're not gonna have these dollars and these problems and whatever. Truth of the matter is, majority of people, you're gonna be stuck at the grunt level.
For your entire life?
For your entire life. Being
exploited by the billionaires.
And ground out into nothing while looking up to them like you're superheroes. Like one day I want to be them. I personally don't care that they're billionaires. I don't care blah, 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 and all this other stuff. I just don't like exploitation of any kind. So if it involves exploitation to get you there, I don't like it. I'm real simple.
All the while, I don't want rich. I just want comfortable. Rich people are fuck rich.
I want one step above comfortable.
No, I'm good at comfortable.
I want one step above comfortable.
I want
to be very comfortable.
I want to be able, when I see something, I'll go buy it.
And don't look at the price.
That's it. That's comfortable to me.
That's it.
If I want to go on vacation, I plan for a week.
Boom.
And I can go next
I
month.
do not need $1 billion. I wouldn't mind it, but I know what comes with it. And then there are a lot of people out there who will also say things like, I don't care, dog, as long as I'm making the money, I'm fine with like even killing people's mothers. Good for you. I can't help but think
here's looking at you mining companies in Belgium, in the Congo. Sorry.
Good for you. That's whatever. But I personally think in a world that I ran, anybody who thinks like that, we're just gonna get rid of them. We don't need the ideation there, because everybody can live in that. There's literally enough earth that everybody can live.
Not on a capitalist system.
There's literally enough earth that everybody can live.
Not on that capitalist system.
And one day a meteor going to fly in, or the earth just going to take a big sneeze, and we're all gonna be fucked.
Meteor.
I say meteor.
Meteor.
I say meteor.
No, it's the meme.
I know. Yeah, one day the earth going to take a sneeze, or something else going to fly in, or fucking Yellowstone going to blow, and all of your fake zeros and ones going gone.
I'm excited for Yellowstone.
Just not in my lifetime, please. I wouldn't mind if Yellowstone blows when I'm like 98, so I go out with a bang. But not in my lifetime. And again, that's selfishness on my part.
Dog, I was reading the other day about the flooding of the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And like, just like, yo, y'all motherfuckers don't even understand how amazing geology is. I would never go to school and learn it. I'm happy Martin did, so I can talk to him about it. But
he used to par in my class.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to go to school, go get tested on what coming tonight looks like.
That's
and
just
coming
first
tonight
year.
Is a stone.
Yeah, that's just first year. First year, first class is what? Gems and stones.
You go through every fucking stone in the book and you have to identify it on sight. Fuck that.
I tell you what harder than identifying a stone, like with the eyeball. Nah, dog, it's when them cut that shit into slides, and then you seen that shit under the microscope, and you run cross-polarized light through it, so you can actually see the composition of the stone. My nigga, kaleidoscopes. And I was like figuring out kaleidoscopes.
Exactly. Fuck that. So I'm not gonna do that. But however, the Mediterranean used to be dry, and where Gibraltar is, where Africa and Spain meet, right there, so the Iberian Peninsula, it used to be a sill, like a windowsill, literally just a lump of rock that blocked off the Atlantic from the Mediterranean. And then now there's like two theories that either the sill wore down over time and there was a gradual pouring in of the Atlantic into the Mediterranean. What's this?
That's a rock on the cross-polar has light.
No, dog, this is a city at night. So there's the lights over there, so.
No, that's a rock on the cross-polar.
Water down there, so.
Those are mineral stones.
The red land is
the different fissures and stuff.
Fuck yourself. Here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway, so where was I? Martin, fuck with me. But yeah, so the Atlantic flooded into the Mediterranean, and like just thinking about that is crazy to me because of how big those regions are and how much water. Just imagine water, like an ocean's worth of water pouring over a little ledge. Dog, crazy. Like
wash away
the planet amazing, and I can't wait till it shake off the humans and really flourish.
Just wait till I'm gone, please. Because I know you're gonna do it one day. There have been enough mass extinct. There are more extinct species than are currently alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I know death coming. Just wait till I'm like 90 odd, please. That'd be really nice.
We're due for another great dying as a planet.
But could we just pause? 2020 is been enough.
Right, I tell you,
2020 is. Could you imagine if 2020 ends with like fucking Yellowstone?
it's the series finale.
It's that goddamn dyslexic Mayan.
Yeah, it's
He
not
wrote
2012.
It's
bro.
2021. He fucked it up.
Watch that shit. Look out for next year. That shit going to be wild.
Oh God, I hope not.
That second wave of Rona in December.
Man, my birthday is in January, so I know I'm gonna be sitting down
They said
right
loud.
here. I'm gonna be sitting down.
This the second wave I go
I'm
loud.
gonna be sitting down right here.
Couple snowstorm I go lick New York and this of them gone.
This shouldn't be as funny as it is.
No, it's listen. All right. What name? El Nino. La Nina just started.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Atlantic is now more active hurricane wise than the
Mhm.
Pacific because of that. And if you look currently right now, this very moment, it is September 13. If you go look on a map from like the National Hurricane Center or whatever, you will see
5 or 6
systems active right now.
And all of them is doing the wildest shit.
None of them going to land. Them all doing some wicked whoop-de world and them things.
What Philip say? When your girl comes at you with a billion arguments and none of them are like,
Yeah,
whoosh,
everything
whoosh,
just
whoosh,
turned.
whoosh.
So, but that's expected. Global warming, now La Nina. So we're going to see this happening for the next couple of years. And if it happens now with hurricanes in the hot time, it's going to happen with polar storms. Polar storms.
Storms, you know that. Storms.
Polar
Storms.
storms in the cold times. Remember there was...
Yelin did jump a while ago.
What do you call it? A polar bomb
Yeah.
last year or 2 years ago, and a polar vortex. That's not going to
I've
happen
said
again.
this before on this pod, and I will
Man,
say
don't
it
believe
again.
in a global. You know, did you see the map of how much of the Earth
Yes.
is currently on fire?
Yes, I've said this before, and I will say it again. The Earth's pendulum, from a geological standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
always fucking swings. Global
Hot to
warming is absolutely awful. Global cooling will
it's
kill
worse.
everything. whenever that switch is when I don't want to be
No,
here.
we're not going to be
dog.
here for that. The
Global
planet is definitely still in the warming
in the warming phase. You see, when it goes back into that cooling phase, bro, everything.
Because fun fact,
Dies.
kiddos, geologically, we're still in an ice age.
Yeah, we still have ice on our polar caps, so we're still technically at the end of an ice age.
Exactly.
You see, whenever that pendulum switch back, my nigga,
All
and the marble gets frosty,
all the islands going to sink.
people need to understand it. You see when a glacier form and move, glacier don't just like shift rocks
It
out of the way.
scrapes.
It's like you take a chisel. You ever take a chisel and like scrape paint off of your wall? Imagine the paint on your wall being the land
It's
of
like
Earth.
a wood plane. If any
It
of
just
y'all ever
it
seen that,
scratches
just-
that right out, and it move at like 1 mile an hour. But guess what? That 1 mile, stop,
and you can't
and
stop
you
a glacier.
can't stop it. It just it's one of the scariest things in the world.
I was also in reading about the Mediterranean flooding. I got into previous great floods that have happened.
Mhm.
And
You know, there's a
talking about scarlands.
there's a formula to calculate when you're going to get great floods.
Huh?
I never did figure out how to do the formula properly.
No, I'm okay.
Never
I
did.
don't want to know.
I've
Just
been
let it happen.
I never answered that question in
The Bible said not gonna happen again.
what was that class?
Remember,
again?
that's why we have the rainbow.
Paleontology. I never
That's why
answered.
we have the rainbow. We can't flood again. God
I
said
promise.
so.
Yeah, but the gays took the rainbow, so God's upset.
Wow. So I was reading about like the glacial lakes. Some of the biggest lakes known to humans have been glacial lakes. It's
Mhm.
literally just waters in glaciers that started melting.
Mhm.
And some of the biggest floods in human history
Happened on
have
that
been
one.
glacial lakes overflowing, or like a dam that was holding it in just breaking away.
And it don't happen gradually. It's just
No.
you walking about your business and you hear a
Like,
thunderous
literally
crack,
millions of gallons of
and you
water
look
just come.
up and there is enough water to blot out the sky.
Yeah.
I needed to meds that. A wall of
Yeah.
water so
No.
large instantaneously comes at you. You can't see the sky.
Mhm.
You're not swimming.
Nope.
You're
You die.
gone.
You dying.
Goodbye. Glaciers
So-
are one of the more scary things in the world.
There,
bro.
there are badlands and scarlands in different places in the world caused by glacier flooding, catastrophic flooding like that. There's one in the Pacific Northwest in America. But I talk about that to say that the last ice age, the glaciers extended to about Atlanta.
Yeah.
About Georgia. About
I was doing the math.
Just about Florida.
It's basically a real frosty marble. The equator doesn't get ice caps.
But that's pretty much it.
But right up to your tropics, you're gonna get a frosty ice ball.
But what you did the archaeology? What causes the planet to do that?
I don't actually know.
Does it move in relation to the sun?
No, I don't actually know. Well, it's partially caused by the how it wobbles on its axis.
Because don't we just stay on that 23.5 degrees?
It's partially caused by that. We don't know what causes the cycles of warming and cooling. We just know it's happened 6 times. We're currently exiting 7, but it's happened 6 times before. You get hot, get cold. Get hot, get cold. A lot of the times, external factors trigger cooling though. Like meteor coming in and causing
kicking up dust, blocking out the sun,
causing nuclear winter. When you have the
Krakatoa
underwater eruption. Yo, bro, God, that's one of the sickest things.
Krakatoa dropped global temperatures.
Bro, it erupted so loud.
Niggas
Man on the other side of the planet was like, yo, what that?
Pop the fucking pin them in the
I was like, oh, what that? Bro. Yo, guys, you guys should Google that. Krakatoa, one of the most violent volcanic eruptions to ever occur. It was so loud. You not. Man on the other side of the world was going, yeah, dog, what that?
You were talking about, being part of the greater picture and everything. On a cosmic scale, like, just the fact that life exists on this planet as we know it is amazing.
Amazing in and of itself.
Just that life exists. Because Martin talked about the Earth hostile.
But the universe is hostile.
Krakatoa. The moon is formed. Something hit the Earth when it was forming and slapped off a piece of it, and it coalesced into the moon.
We were supposed to be bigger.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't get bombarded by more rasp stuff is Jupiter on the asteroid belt,
pulling them away from us.
Like, thank God for them. A lot of the asteroid belt formed from that collision Bob was talking about a while ago, because literally it clapped off part of the Earth. Yes. That then formed the moon. So the moon gets further and further away from our planet every single year, but we need the moon to control the tides. Bro.
Which means tides used to be stronger in the past.
Waves used to be way bigger. Surges used to be way bigger.
Something there, you can look something else for you guys to do. Google's on the Tunguska explosion. Tunguska.
That's some wild shit.
A meteorite that came into the atmosphere and exploded just above ground and leveled like acres of trees. And when the people went out there to investigate, they thought a bomb had gone off. And it was just a meteor. I don't know why the meteor. I think it just got so hot it exploded.
Because they're mostly ice when they're coming in. So if they're not big enough, it's rock, dust, ice, metals. So if they're not big enough, like when they're coming in, the friction coming in,
they flash boil.
It'll boom. It's just like
even
when
flash boiling.
It's like when you put cube ice in a hot tea and it crack. Yeah. Same shit.
So the flash boiling that I just said a while ago reminded me of the thing that destroyed the dinosaurs. the meteor that hit Yucatan in the Gulf of Mexico. Consider that the Gulf of Mexico did not exist until that meteor hit it. So consider how big of a dig out that is.
You should see how the Earth itself looks under the water because they've mapped it. It's one big basin.
Yeah. And they have cenotes, as we call them, blue holes, all around the edge of the crater, throughout the Yucatan Peninsula. But the flash boiling, the meteor was so hot that it would have, when it hit the water right there, it would have.
It would not hit the water.
Yeah, it would have boiled the water before hitting it.
It would not hit the water. It would have come in. It would have come in through the atmosphere. And the heat alone of meteors don't happen like in movies. So it's not like it goes, boom, hit the ground and then big explosion. From it enters the atmosphere, it pushes everything out of the way because pressure and things are around. So the clouds, gone. In an instant. A second later, moves a bit more down. Water then begins to instantly vaporize and move out the fucking way. When it collides, it don't collide with water, it collides with earth. But part of the earth that it can collide with is already liquefied from heat. And then you get the impact.
Solid on solid impact.
Yeah, now everything that occurs when it came in, because it pushed all that stuff out behind it, slams in again. So you get a second impact.
Just like regular explosions.
So you literally get two colossal impacts. Impact usually happen in less than 7 seconds. The atmosphere sometimes get vaporized when a big enough piece come in.
It literally burns off the air.
It burn off the air.
And we're here.
And we're just chilling. And we're surviving. It is amazing.
And niggas is stressed about the littlest things.
And niggas over here stressed about posts on Twitter. Dog, you realize how lucky we are to be here, bro? Fun. Yo, wrapping up the pod. Because we're wrapping this up on a note of thankfulness. Because, yo, thank God we're still here. The world is crazy.
Any of the 3,000 gods you choose.
Whichever one, support
them. Big up
them.
Mutombo, the blue-eyed giant that will live inside of his eye.
Don't know. Yeah. Make sure, follow the golden rule. Don't be a cunt.
Basically.
Right? There you go. Thank you for supporting the BAMcast. I did all the stuff at the beginning, you don't know. But Boom Drop Physics for the intro and outro song, Prismatic Verse for the lower thirds and the graphics. Again, if he can teach me, he can teach you. Thank you guys for partnering with us on this episode of the BAMcast. Dropping bombs on your moms.
Fuck car alarms.
Wow.